Hello.
Hello.
Good evening, all.
Hey everyone, Commander Josh Hawkins here, and welcome to the Brocast.
Welcome to the Brocast.
Welcome to the Sunday Brocast, and welcome back to the Sunday Brocast.
Go away, kid, you're bothering me.
Got a ship.
And it is once again that time for the Brocast. The Brocast, and I'm sick. Welcome back to the Brocast. Welcome to the Brocast. Hard landing.
Oh, you bumped off.
We're in a hole.
I think we just f***ed up Josh.
No, we should.
to each
Oh
other
my
as well.
god, you can't be serious.
Oh, not again. Get out of there, man.
The Crater needs souls. Feed the crater.
Crater needs souls.
Feed the crater. And welcome back to the Brocast.
That was like, I want to talk, let me talk. So, that was like, alright.
Welcome to the Brocast. Commander Josh Hawkins here. Hey, Obsidian Ant. Welcome back.
That was a crash at an opportune time there, didn't it?
Welcome to the Brocast.
Wish we could have found something, but
The search will continue.
I'm on Shibuka's ship. Oh! And just like the last live stream, it ends with my vehicle being destroyed.
Shoot it. Shoot the bloody hawk.
Murica.
What's up, everybody? Hey, everyone. Commander Josh Hawkins here. Welcome to the Brocast. It's Sunday. It is that time once again for us to bring you all kinds of ridiculousness. And, of course, I'm joined by Commander Greatest.
Are we on yet?
Yes. This is live. Commander Turgeon Starstone.
Who's that Muppet in the background there?
I don't know. This is some weird squealing, high-pitched, almost like girly sound in the background.
No, not him. That one behind you.
Oh,
I know who this. I know who that Muppet.
Oh, this one. Yeah, I know. That's that. Well, we're gonna talk about this Muppet over here in the background in a second. But yes, and we do have a squealing Shibuka has appeared from the wildlands.
Huzzah. I'd play the hooray. I'd play the hooray, but I can't. The soundboard's not up and running yet.
No soundboard this week. So I hope all you guys are doing great.
For reasons, TM.
Lots of people in the chat very excited about what we have to talk about today, and that is going to be Turgeon Starstone, Operation Stonestar.
You
I
guys.
I just have to say, the name, quite possibly one of my favorite parts about this whole thing was the name we came up with, Operation Stonestar.
Yes.
What was your
That was
you had
Brocast.
you had like a similar suggestion first, and then I said you have to go with Stonestar instead.
Yes, it was fantastic.
I think Greatest claims that one.
Yeah, copyright on me.
That's what it's called. That's what that black box sitting next to me is called now. It's the
Star
stone.
Stone.
It's the Stone Star.
I can't even get
it's
it
the
right.
Stone
Good Shibuka.
You know what I will ask you to do here, Turgeon? I should have asked you this earlier as well, but we were kind of getting set up. You know, all of our plans and preparations, of course, for the broadcast. Could you have that letter that we sent over to you? Or Shibuka, could you send me a copy of the letter if you don't mind?
Yeah, I'm on my cell phone since Windows decided they wanted to run updates for the past 20 minutes. So let me grab the link for you.
Yeah, if you can grab that link, that would be
So
great.
you're saying we're unprepared because of all the preparation we did?
Well, one of us actually has to prepare the show. The other three just sit there and distract me and make fun of me, and you know.
I'm literally sitting in my bed right now with some delicious chocolate right next to me.
Well, there you see, after 2 years or so, Josh has finally got the hang of what this show's about. Josh does all the organisation, we take the piss.
Yeah,
there you go.
Let's see. What happens during the setup? Turgeon's messing around with Oculus Rift. Greatess is laying on his bed thinking about the chips that he didn't buy, talking on his cell phone. Shibuka's like playing with his baby boy, and Josh is scrambling to make an overlay and a thumbnail and get the audio. And
Pretty accurate, yeah.
Shibuka was trying to put the little munchkin down for a nap, and he was refusing to fall asleep.
Oh, is that what it was?
So you're blaming your munchkin now. Way to go.
I'm a parent. I can blame everything on my kid now. It's awesome.
There was some mention, I think, that you were finally putting the boy down for good, right?
What?
Greatess, isn't that what you said? You said he's putting him down for good?
Yeah, that's what he said in chat. He's putting him down.
Putting him down for a nap is what I said. Good lord.
For nap, for good. That's the same, really.
Oh, okay. It says for a nap. I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sent you the
Put
link.
you down, boy. No, actually, today I wasn't fanning about quite so much. I was actually trying to work out how to get the soundboard going on this new system, but it didn't want to play ball.
I
was actually working. I heard
reports about dazzling frames per second numbers you saw.
Oh, it's stupid numbers. I actually took a photo of it on my mobile phone. I thought, come on, what is that? Flying around in Super Cruise at 268 frames a second. I thought, oh come on.
God.
There is already a question in chat for you here, Turgeon, and of course we are going to get to a lot of these questions that you guys have, because I know that a lot of you want to ask Turgeon some questions, but here it is.
As they should, because they
tried
are largely
Elite
responsible for
VR yet, Turgeon?
No,
Tried
you
Elite
see,
VR
I
yet.
haven't. I have exercised massive restraint, and I thought, no, I'm not going to try Elite in VR until the broadcasts. So that
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
So
I would never be able to do that.
you can hear some major level squeeze.
Oh,
I'm loud. Ghost says I'm loud. Good,
Okay.
turn me down.
Yeah, I will go.
Actually,
ahead and turn
no,
you down.
hang on. Can
No,
I
got it.
turn me down?
I got it.
You got it. Good. So I don't need to run my old workaround then with the HyperX. Good.
How do the rest of the bros sound? Let's get a sound off.
Sexy.
Roll call. Great test.
Check. 1, 2. How is everyone?
Shibuka.
Hello.
Timing.
Turgeon.
Sibilance.
Sibilance. Yeah, I think I'm going to turn you up a little bit, actually.
Sibilance.
You're a little
Yeah.
quiet on my end. Okay.
They were.
There we go. I think that's a little bit better. You guys let me know in the chat how the audio sounds, and I will go ahead and turn off the in-game music in the meantime. We do not have any events planned for today, but we did have a lot of fun last week with the Sidewinder Mayhem, and we will be doing, I think we're going to be doing that Slot My Sidewinder, if we can get, who is it, Kate Russell is the creator of that game, if I'm not mistaken. I think we might have to get her on for some Slot My Sidewinder action. So that'll be in a future broadcast. Today we're just going to
where's
talk...
my soundboard?
Yeah. I thought about that.
Yeah, everybody just think of that track, the Ben Sound Sexy track, because it's all in your heads. I don't need to play it.
Today we will be... Wait a second. What the hell account am I on here? Oh, God darn it. Gosh darn it. I'm on the wrong account.
Rav says, Josh, you're actually too quiet this week. And Commander Red Hat says Shibuka is kind of low. Well, he just is. That's his way.
Well, I had actually just turned my mic volume down because it was redlining on my equalizer here, but I'll turn it back up. You guys tell me if that's a little bit better, and I can turn up Shibuka as well, because he is on his cell phone. So I'll just go ahead and crank up his volume as well.
I'm only here for the man, the Josh, the one and only sexy voice. So there you are.
Oh my god.
That's what he's there for.
Well, thank you, Zapload. And I'm just going to quickly switch over to the other account.
Wow, chicka wow wow.
Wow, chicka wow wow. Oh yeah. All right, let me get out of this one here, and we'll log into the right Elite Dangerous game, because I have it on.
Or
yeah,
I stuck it in admin at least.
What was that?
Yeah,
I put that link in admin to the letter.
Oh, perfect.
Right, Shabby.
No
We'll
donut,
read
I'm
those out in
still
just a
without a
second.
burger here, but I did have a delicious chili today. That was good as well.
Well, if you notice what I did to you on the thumbnail there, Great Test, you could see it up on the live stream right now. If
Yep,
you can manage to
I
get that open.
appreciate it. I appreciate it a
You
lot.
you appreciate it, Darwin?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because Grey Test is in Hamburg at the moment.
Indeed.
So he is with
Yeah.
Hamburger. Okay, let's see if this logs in.
Well,
Uh-oh.
yeah, I'll give the bros a heads up here that I may or may not manage to stick around indefinitely on this because I do have something of a headache creeping in. Although bizarrely, it's not an Oculus-induced headache.
Not
That's
yet.
the one thing that's not.
Is
No,
it an
do you know?
alcohol?
So far, I'm actually finding the Oculus more comfortable in reality. But there you go. No, this is a software, mostly a software and neck tension induced headache from. I don't know how many people out there have done this, but if you have a new build of machine and you put your old hard drive in as a slave, everything's orphaned and it doesn't want to know. And your new system says, "What's that? You're joking, mate. You have to reinstall that." And they say, "No, I'm going to work around." So there's a lot of that going on, and it's quite a bit of hassle, and it gets to you after a while. Especially on this new monitor, which was burning my eyes out. It is so bright and clear and crisp.
Well, that's the reason why we chose it.
Oh, I've turned it down to old man level of crispness now, so it's not as bright.
Okay.
It's got a Victorian gaslight setting, and it's got Uber brand new setting. So old man setting. There we go.
It's on the Fallout setting.
Yes.
All the muted colors.
Yeah.
All right.
It's actually got what is this setting on the extreme left? Let's have a look. What's that one? It says standard. It says standard is so bright it burns your eyes out. An entertainment, office, and dark room. So I've got it in office at the moment, in case the boss comes round.
I've got the letter here that you received, Turgeon. Although, if you have your physical copy, I don't know if maybe you would like to read it out to everyone that's watching the show right now.
No, I can't put my hands on anything right now.
I was thinking that his excuse is he can't put his hands on anything right now, but the real truth is that if he starts reading it, he's going to start bawling like a little girl again, because that's what happened when we talked about it before. He was just crying and crying. Now, I think it's without any saying that Turgeon really appreciates what we did, but we're going to go ahead and just quickly let everyone who's watching right now know that Operation Stonestar, let's talk about what Operation Stonestar was. Shibuka...
Yes, do. I still know nothing about it. I want to hear about this.
Shibuka, why don't you go ahead and tell us what Operation Stonestar was and a little bit of the preparation for it, and then after that I will go ahead and read out the letter that we sent over to Turgeon, and I'll explore in the meantime.
Okay. Well, Operation Stonestar was just kind of an opportunity for all of us to say thanks to Turgeon. He, out of the four of us, he's regularly the most prepared for the show.
What does that say about you three? God.
No, but in all seriousness, Turgeon's travels have become such a cornerstone for not only our community as the Brocast, but really the entire League community. Their quality, he regularly tells fantastic stories and
funny stories.
I mean, it's ridiculous. He makes us laugh, he makes us cry, he makes us everything in between. It's absolutely ridiculous, but it was just an awesome opportunity to say thanks and let Turgeon know how much we appreciate him and how much we love him, and give him something that's going to last him for years to come. And
what did we give him?
Oh my God! Well, let me just say this. I want to everyone who is part of the Brocast community needs to go ahead and pat yourselves on the back. Give yourself a nice self hug or something, because we started this out with a goal of 1,000 pounds, And what that 1,000 pounds was going to do was get Turgeon maybe a motherboard, processor, and graphics card or something like that to upgrade his rig, and an Oculus Rift. We blew that out of the damn water. I think
I'm,
we
I'm
ended
gonna
up.
I'm gonna read the message out that I got about a good 2 months ago or so, well, almost exactly 2 months ago from Shibuka. He said, "I'm thinking of raising some funds on the DL to get Turgeon some PC upgrades." That was the whole beginning of the thing, some
You
upgrades
lot,
and some
honestly.
funds, and then you guys just blew everything up. It was crazy.
It was ridiculous. Watching that number grow it was nothing less than intoxicating. I mean, we ended up raising 2,100 pounds, and that was enough to buy a complete turnkey rig, a brand new monitor. Because if I'm not mistaken, Turgeon, you've got to record in an awkward resolution and then edit
Well,
that.
yeah, and
Doesn't he
also
though?
Turgeon,
It has
now
mild advantages
now
sometimes,
you're
but
gonna have to deal with that watermark.
I know. I think what I'll have to do now is I'll just, if I have another beta to get footage from, I'll just run it through the same procedure and cut it down to the size it was before, because I can do that in
Yeah.
Handbrake. But other than that, yes, it's going to be. I'm not going to have to go around resizing all this crap again. Hey, 1920. Hey.
Hooray!
1680 by 1050 is a very strange
So,
Oh god.
shape.
Shibuka, can
It's,
we give a full breakdown of what exactly Turgeon got? Do we have the
Absolutely.
specs for the
oh,
rig?
I
uh,
do not have them because
I
my
I
boys are
have them, but
okay. Yeah, yeah, you have
if
them.
if people really want to
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
go
Tell them.
ahead.
numbers, if they like
Tell
numbers.
them what they afforded
This is
you to
yeah, this
get,
is what
or
you
how
got.
do you say that? Yeah,
Right.
what you guys got him.
Yeah. Right. Okay. A bit of paper here. Right. There's a Bitfenix Neos ATX Tower Black stroke black. I don't know why it's black stroke black. Maybe it's two coats of black on it. You know, it's double. It is very
it's
black.
black with
I'll
a
grant
black
it that.
stroke.
It is. It's black with black on it. There's a black stripe on it somewhere. I don't know where. Yeah. Now the graphics card is a GTX 1070 G1 Gaming 8192 megabyte GDDR5 PCI Express, of course, which is awesome. That's 250 frames per second flying around in Super Cruise worth of awesome. That
So,
is.
and you did say that you had a 970 before, right? Because
I
somebody gave
did,
that to you.
yes. Yeah, that was the Commander Darblesma. He gave me that because he's a hero.
But
And that
that didn't
was
quite. That wasn't
that.
quite on par with the other
Well,
components in your
the
PC,
trouble with
right?
that is still a wonderful card, but it was my old CPU was bottlenecking
Mm.
everything, the old Athlon, and that was the main crux of the thing. And as you know, you can't go around changing a CPU without changing the whole motherboard, and that's everything
Yep.
that you know. So yeah, there's the heat. Does anyone want to know what the heatsink is?
Is
Why
it
not? Why
is it
not?
water
It's all on the
cooled?
list.
I mean, yeah,
It's
it's
all
all
on the
part
list.
of what they got you. Yeah,
Let's
of course.
continue
Yeah,
on
it
down the
says
list then, Turgeon. Let's
it
go.
says I'm only on the third item on the list. It says Cooler Master Hyper 212 Evo CPU cooler. Very nice. It's huge. Is that thing? It's a little metal brick on its own. Is that very nice? Memory is Corsair Vengeance LPX 16 gig. That's 2x8 gigs. DDR4 VCRs.
Solid.
2400 megahertz dual channel. Black. Everything's black. It's all black. Hot black Desiato. This whole thing. The motherboard's Asus Prime Z270p Intel Z270 socket 1151 DDR4 ATX. The power supply, very aptly named EVGA Supernova G2 651. And my God, that thing has got power in it. Yeah.
Well, you
The
need the power to
processor,
run your new video card, of course.
absolutely.
That thing should actually have enough, even if you were to upgrade it in the future or slap a second video card in there for whatever reasons,
Well, I'm saving it a little bit of permanent work by I haven't even bothered putting a DVD drive in this one.
You know what you could do
I could
just
take out
to
the old one,
to
but I've got
to
an external one, so I didn't bother.
interrupt
'Cause
your list reading for 1 second there,
go on.
Turgeon. You can put your
Your show,
970 in
Chief.
there as a physics card, a dedicated physics card. It's not good. It may not necessarily do anything for Elite Dangerous, but on certain games that have physics.
2-card thing, it's new to me. Well, it's been around for what, a decade.
Mm-hmm.
Stick 2 cards in.
Something like
Well,
that.
now you have time
Crossovers,
to
but
play around with
I've
these kind
never-
of shenanigans.
Yeah, I've never had to. Well, I mean, part of that was because my old case wouldn't have accommodated it. I'll just take a moment out to talk about my old case, actually.
Yeah, go ahead. That's a nice story.
There's a bit
actually.
of that. It is, because the old case I had, a friend put together for me in about 2001. It was a crazy little fella he was. He was born living on borrowed time, and he popped off a few years ago anyway. So every build that I've done with that, every reincarnated PC since 2001 has been in the same case, because I didn't want to get shot of it, because it's like, reincarnating it, a little bit of him left playing with that. But I was putting this one together in the new black case, and I thought, it's a shame I can't put any of that old one in. And I could just hear Steve's voice in the back of my head saying, yeah, stop moping about it. You got a bloody Oculus there. Go and play with that, you twat. Because that is exactly what he would have said. So, yeah. So I'm not regretting moving on from the old case now.
Are you gonna revert back to your old cooling solution, though?
It's still around, the desktop fan. Yeah, I've got a big desktop fan sitting there. It's like the ones you pick up in Fallout,
Yeah.
It's a scrap. It looks like that with a wire cage on the front. So yeah, it's there if I need it. But this thing is so quiet. I turned it on and I thought it doesn't work. That thing doesn't work. And then the BIOS screen came up and I thought, what? And it says, yeah, we're quiet these days, Granddad. Didn't you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
All right.
Makes a big difference.
Anyway,
you want to continue down the list?
I did the processor, didn't I? No, I didn't.
No. Cooler.
No, it's an Intel i5 core, 7600K, 3.8 gigs. KB Lake, is that a celebrity or something? I don't know.
Oh my god!
LTA 1151. It sounds like it.
That's
Sounds like she should be
celebrity.
singing with the Kardashians or something. KB Lake.
This is great.
I think you're thinking of Katie Lang.
Yeah.
KB Lake, is it a
It
celebrity?
KB Lake's a celebrity. Yeah. Anyway, and the last thing on the list here is the 120 gig SSD Kingston drive, which I've got Windows 10 sitting on now. Yes, I thought, enough of living on Windows 7. Much as I got used to it, I thought something in this whole new rig is going to complain if I don't put Windows 10 on, isn't it?
Probably
so.
So I was forced.
Do I
to
hear
that. What else? What else do I have here?
Show in the background
on my-
there?
I was just wondering if that's Turgeon's dog that's crying, or if that's baby Buka that's
Baby
squealing.
No,
Buka who woke up from his nap
Yeah,
already.
he's being a real boy.
Yeah, he's being a real boy. Can
Yeah,
you say,
but-
"I'm a real boy"? I'm a real boy. Come on.
He's looking at you
Now,
like,
he's
off,
looking
man.
at
What
me
do you think I am?
like I'm not a real boy.
yeah.
The first words out of his mouth are going to be, "Shoot the bloody hawk."
Yep. Anyway, there's another sheet of paper here.
Let's continue on then.
Yeah, there's another one that's actually got 2 meters of HDMI Ethernet cable on, and another big cable, and the monitor there, which is a BenQ GW2760HS 27-inch, just in case everyone wants exact letters, 1920 by 1080, LED, flicker free, no less, in black, of course, like everything else. And then, sitting just above that, Ultimate Oculus Bundle.
Oh,
Oculus
yeah.
Rift headset and Oculus Touch controllers.
And that's where the gold is
And-
right there, isn't it?
I have indeed been touching them. Oh yes.
What she said.
That sounds so inappropriate.
I know.
Oculus Touch, can
And
you
it
show
was.
us where Turgeon touched you exactly?
Show us on the virtual Never mind.
Where did the bad YouTuber touch you?
Scorb says, no beige, all black. Yes, all black. Everything in my system now
All
is
black,
It's
everything.
all black.
No
I've got this.
Excel anywhere.
Well, thanks to the Control Alt space, I've got this black HyperX keyboard. And
Yeah, that's right.
black.
Was that on the
mouse.
list as well? Did we read that out?
Oh no. That's the Control Alt space.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and the headphones, black, and of course my old Thrustmaster, black.
So,
And I even
so now
actually
when you
have
turn
a
the
pair
lights
of-
out in your room and you're wearing the Oculus,
I-
all
yeah.
you see is Turgeon's forehead and his chin glowing in the the monitor tan
is.
just glowing bright, and everything else is black in the
Some-
room.
Some little red dots here off the HyperX and a white one on the new tower. The Neos actually has some little white dots on. Yeah, but yeah, I've got a pair of ancient Goodman speakers here as well from. Oh my God, they must have been from about 1980. I annexed them from an old stereo hi-fi many years ago.
Chad is asking
They're
the
black.
important questions there.
What's that?
Are your sensors set up on stringy things like Josh's?
They're sitting on top of the speakers, actually.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get rid of this bed in my room. It's in the way. Who needs a bed
Yeah,
anyway? Right?
seriously, right?
I'll just replace it with a mattress. I used to have a mattress on the floor in here actually at one time instead of a bed.
How-
You're gonna sleep in VR now.
Well,
Yeah,
you're gonna have to.
I nearly did.
You have
I
to find where the
nearly
beds
did.
are located in your ship, because once you
Night-
play Elite
night
in
before
VR, you're going to want to
last-
find them.
Night before last, I was on Oculus's home screen of the penthouse patio
It's quite
thing.
quite comfy, hey? Doesn't it make you jealous?
It's wonderful. It's so relaxing at night when you've got fireflies and crickets and the sounds of owls.
Okay, well, I got
was
to stop
just
you
on
there
the
for
bed.
1 second,
I was just
Turgeon,
lying
because
on the
we
bed.
have another
Stop
surprise
away.
for you. We have another surprise for you.
No,
There is
don't.
another
I'm an old
fundraiser.
man.
There's
I've
another
got a heart
fundraiser
attack.
going right now to get you a penthouse apartment, just like the one in Oculus.
Oh man.
The only
give them
problem is
ideas.
that you have to digitize me to go into it first, and the technology for that doesn't exist yet. But never mind. Hey, I'd wait. I'd go for that. I did. I
Sure.
nearly fell asleep with the Rift on, just in that because it was just so comfy.
Just wait till you do that in Elite Turgeon and you wake up and you're like, what the hell's going on for about
Yeah.
10 seconds?
So-
And then
How far off
that on
are you
there.
from getting it set up? Because I'm sure the bros are quite
Well,
anxious to hear.
It's sitting in front of me right now, actually.
Oh,
If I turn this mic off and swap over to that one and pick up the Oculus, it should change over in Discord, shouldn't it? We'll find out.
Maybe, possibly. I don't know if it does it
The
automatically
mic
or
should
not.
come on before I put it on my head. We'll find out in a moment.
Yeah, we'll find out in a moment. And then load up the game, and we want to hear what you have to say. And then I'll go ahead and read out this letter that was sent over to you.
I'll probably have to swap Discord over to the Oculus input instead, wouldn't I?
Charles McManamy, where is his message? It said something about my air mattress. Hang on 1 sec. I gotta look over. Where is it? Oh, airbed, like Josh. I I want to mention that I'm actually not using the air mattress anymore. I had to
What?
I had to deflate it. I am I am now sleeping on the floor with a 1.5-inch memory foam. That is my bed at the moment.
Sounds comfy.
Yep. Well, I'll tell you what I'll kind
it's for
of
Josh's night yoga sessions.
no. I'll give you an update. So I kept waking up and I was having like this really strange pain. I don't know. This has been going on for like 2 weeks now. I've been waking up at 5 a.m. and it's like consistent every single morning. 4:30, 5 a.m. I wake up and I've got like a horrible pain in my right flank, and I was thinking, oh, Turgeon, we're getting some feedback from you, I think. That might be Turgeon we're getting the feedback from. And yeah, I was like, horrible pain. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Do I have like a kidney stone? Is there something like wrong with me? So I said, okay, well, I guess it could be the air mattress. So I deflated the air mattress and slept on the hardwood floor with a 1-inch memory foam, and sure enough, the pain went away. So it was the air mattress. It was like a cumulative amount of time sleeping on an air mattress, as comfortable as it seemed to be, was actually causing me all kinds of back problems. I'm not 25 years old anymore. That's the problem right there. So in the meantime, until I can afford an actual mattress, the floor has become my new bed. Yay! YouTuber life. Turgeon?
So, Turgeon,
can you hear us? I think he's going to have to change his default mic. Although I did hear something.
He's fumbling with his headset right now.
He is fumbling with his headset. In the meantime, I can tell you guys what I did manage to get, and this didn't cost me anything, is I upgraded my phone. I've been using a Galaxy S6, and my contract came to an end. So yesterday, I went to the telephone place, and they gave me a free Galaxy S8. I'm very excited about that. I will say it makes the floor feel so much more comfortable when I'm looking at my brand new phone.
Priorities, I get you.
I'm gonna have to sell the S8 just so I can buy myself a proper mattress.
Donut there in chat. This is ground control to Turban Stupone.
Turban Stupone.
Stampone. So good.
I gotta say, the view.
He seems to be gone. I think we lost him to VR.
Maybe so. He went, and he is still a gasp of the beauty of Elite Dangerous. Yep. I am still like in shock of how beautiful the galaxy looks from this high up. Shibuka, since you haven't been on for a while, I know you haven't seen where I am actually currently in the galaxy, but I am about as high up as you can go on in the galaxy right now.
Oh, nice.
And if you take a look at the live stream,
it looks awesome.
Yeah, it really does look awesome.
I love it.
It's not quite Beagle Point because I'm actually above the galactic core. Well, pretty much above the galactic core.
Well,
which
that's
you
a
can see
different
right down
view
there.
than you get from Beagle Point, because from where you are, you can actually see like the disk of the galaxy, not just as a line, but as an actual disk.
Yeah, well, if I reposition myself on this planet, which I could go ahead and do, I was hoping to find some iron magma volcanism on this planet, which unfortunately I didn't see in my flyover. But if I reposition myself, you can actually see the entire disk of the galaxy. It's a very, very unique view of the galaxy from over here. I may go ahead and do that while we wait for Turgeon to...
All right, I am finally off my phone.
Oh, wow.
Good
okay.
Lord.
Let me fix your volume then, because you just got awful loud.
Sorry.
That's okay. I had you cranked up there. Let's quick sound check.
Dang it. One sec, be right back. This is my sound check. Blah, 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 blah. Be right back.
Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Be right back. There we go. I think we're good to go. I'll go ahead and do that.
Already half of the bros is gone.
Yeah, well,
just down to us again.
We were almost thinking that it was going to be a single brocast today, a unibro.
Oh no. Unibrow is probably like the most ugly thing in existence.
Hey,
in general.
No. Listen, don't diss the unibrow, okay? There are many cultures that find hair on men very attractive.
Whoa. What conversation did I just walk in on?
Let's finish the conversation before you start whoa-ing. I said that if Greytest left, we would almost be... we would be a unibro. Because I would be the only bro left. And he goes, oh, unibrows are the ugliest thing. And I said, you know, you got to hold on there for a second, because there are many cultures, and I've met many women, I would say Egyptian women especially, think that hair on men is very attractive. Now, maybe this doesn't apply to all Egyptian women, but the ones that I have met in the past have always said, you know, they find...
But not between the eyebrows.
No, that's...
more brow.
No, see, even there, certain cultures find that to be very attractive.
I'm definitely not part of that culture.
Well, that's because you're from the German master race. Okay, you're blonde hair, blue-eyed.
Oh yeah.
No one can tell if you have a unibrow.
There are
all
no
blonde.
unibrows in Germany.
Oh, if only. If only.
If only, eh?
Turgeon's trying to get it working.
Is he?
He's
Yeah.
fighting it, right?
Monobrow and hairy pits, says Sinclair Research. I'm not sure what that was for, but that's basically it. What about hairy-backed women? Asks Spooky.
Wow.
Oh, God.
No, no, 1,000 times no.
Listen, the back, I could deal with the back being hairy as long as the front isn't hairy, okay?
Whoa, how? No, no, no. What is wrong with you?
Okay, gentlemen, back to topic. I think Titan still has
Yeah,
some mic troubles.
This is
But-
not a conversation I want to have live on stream.
Nope.
You'd rather have
We're
it
not
off
gonna.
stream?
I'd rather,
Yeah.
yes, I'd rather have this off stream.
Okay, then you heard it here. Shibuka actually does want to talk about this, just not on
No,
live stream.
We're gonna have that conversation off stream
No,
regardless.
I want to know
but
how
not
in the world
now.
you would find a hairy-backed woman okay.
Hush. Hush now.
Again, listen, to each their own, okay? Let's not go ahead and diss anyone's personal preferences, you know? I mean, it's okay if someone enjoys that. That's their choice, right?
Absolutely. I just did not expect that to come out of you. Because I thought I had your type nailed down pretty well. But apparently I
Oh.
was wrong.
Well, you know my type, Shibuka.
Oh, I know your type.
There we go.
All right.
Your type
Can
is a
we-
real boy.
Can we help
Stop
Turgeon
engines.
out to get the mic running? Do we have any known issues there?
It's just gonna have to be Discord settings probably.
So just for you, Shibuka, just in case you have not seen this view before, and for all of the rest of the bros as well, this is what the galaxy looks like when you are, I'd say, about 3,000 light years above the core right now, I think is where I am. Here is the entire galaxy right below me.
I
Wow.
love the nebulae that you can see down there in the disk. Quite shiny, those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let me get a full 360 here, and I noticed something. I'm going to point this out and see if you guys can tell me what the hell this is. If it's maybe just a graphical glitch, or if it's something else.
That star hovering there looks awesome as well. Like
Doesn't
right,
it?
it looks like it's right on the edge of the disk.
It's living on the edge. Let's see if it's still there, or if it was just an artifact of the graphics. I think it may have been. Okay, yeah, I don't
People
see it anymore.
seem to I mean, you don't really need a location for this view, guys. Just go somewhere
Straight up.
close to the core of the galaxy, and then as high as up or as low down as you can possibly get with your jump range, and you're gonna get this kind of a view.
Yep. And I will tell you, you don't need much of a jump range in order to do it. Let me quickly show you what I'm dealing with here.
Yeah, the stars do thin out rather quickly at some point, so you're not gonna get much further with a large jump range.
I have roughly a 30 light year jump range, and I'll show you where I am if you want to get this view for yourself.
You can get a few hundred light years more, though, if you use boosts, Jumponium boosts.
Now, here's where I am. I am just a little bit off center of the core, and I'm currently sitting, what are we at now? 2,600 light years above the galactic plane. Now, it's a little hard for me to move around at this point. You got to be a little considerate of your fuel as you're moving around here, because as you can see, I don't have a lot of options for where I can jump. So if you make one too many jumps and you find yourself without a star to fuel up on, it's not like in the core where you can just hop like half a light year over and get a star that's fuelable.
Yeah, and
simple.
especially when you use Jumponium. I think we had several people getting stuck up there during Distant Worlds because we had one waypoint that was really high above the core as well.
Yep.
and people tried to go as far as they could with Champonium, and I think we had one or two that either ran out of fuel or didn't have the Champonium materials to go back.
Yeah, that's why we had an escort of fuel rats on the expedition too.
Yep.
Very, very useful. I would love to have a fuel rat following me around here. Unfortunately, I'm a little bit on my own, I suppose you could say.
Just to give you guys a quick update on Turgeon. Oh, never mind. I don't need to update you on Turgeon because Turgeon's mic is working now.
Is it? I don't hear him.
It is!
Oh, right. Which one?
Oh,
Very
okay.
quiet.
Yeah, very,
Very
very quiet.
Is it this way?
I don't think that he's using the Oculus microphone. I think he might have his other microphone still.
Is this loud?
Yes.
Oh, we're getting there.
That's loud.
We're getting there.
This isn't loud. Right. It's the HyperX headphones that work. I'll tell you what, I'll put them both on. Elite has to be front and center, otherwise it's not activating the mic.
Ah.
Okay, so are you in Elite right now?
Oh, God, yes I am. Ah! My God, the size of this hangar. It's the size of a hangar. That's just... I appear to be buried in the floor, though. That's the thing. I'll probably have to go out and reset that. Hold on, how do you reset that?
That's such a Turgeon thing to say.
What's the default key to reset the Oculus, Josh? F12?
I don't know. I bound it to a voice
F10.
command, actually. Which, by the way, Turgeon, you have voice attack already, don't you?
No.
Oh, get it.
You know me, I've got a ship full of virtual women and I don't have voice attack.
You will definitely need voice attack if you're planning on using Oculus, because...
Commander Machine says F12, so just look straight ahead and hit F12.
Yeah, there you go.
If you can find it on the keyboard.
And Charles McManamy is saying, make sure you get yourself over to a Thargoid base, so you can check that out in VR as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Right, so F12 by default. Let's see if that's going to work. Okay. I'm just on the main menu, so I don't know if that'll do it.
It should.
Yeah, absolutely. It works for...
No, it's not done anything unless it counts being buried in the ground as the default height.
It might if you have your Oculus set up wrong, though, you know?
Hang on, right, I'll just... Well, the Oculus, the main Oculus thing is running as well, so I'll probably close that, because that will...
He's gonna fall out of his chair, says Belrock.
Okay, well, let's do this then. While Turgeon gets that set up, let's go ahead.
Commander Machine, I think his reset worked. It's just that he is like the camera point of view is too low.
It is too low.
It should change it. It should do it regardless. If you go into your options, because it's an Elite thing, it's not Oculus. If you go into your key bindings,
did you just say Dangus? You did, didn't you? You said Elite
did
Dangus.
Did I say Dangus? If you go into your Elite Dangus key bindings, you'll have a reset HMD orientation key binding. It might not have anything under it.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't have right now. See, I'm looking up at the ceiling here at this. Where is it now?
Funny.
What's it under?
Oh, I have no idea.
Miscellaneous?
Probably miscellaneous, yeah.
Nothing there.
Yeah, Theo Bauer, I think his minions could give him a good surprise when he's in VR.
My minion is actually leaning over on the side of my chair right now. I can feel him pressing against my arm. What are you doing, boss? I don't like it. What are you doing?
Just wait till you're like
Don't go into the light, man. Don't go.
Oh, we're gonna have to get
3 or 4 hours.
Oh, there we are. There we are. Reset HMD orientation. No key.
We're going to have to get Turgeon into Arizona Sunshine so that the three of us can play that together.
Oh my god.
Oh
yes.
my god.
Please.
It was
that was
an
amazing stream.
Oh my god. That was great, just the two of us, and if we can get more people in there, it would just be like
F12.
ridiculous.
Okay.
I have a flaming jealousy-induced hate for you three.
I thought you were about to say something about a semi or something.
There we go.
Chub.
Reset.
All right.
Oh, I'm not in the floor anymore. Wow. Wow.
You're about to gain this whole new appreciation of the level of detail these guys have put in
I've
this
already
movie.
got it. I'm staring at an SRV that's the size of a bus, man. I mean, come on.
Yeah, they're huge. People don't realize how big the SRVs are. They're like tank sized.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the thing that strikes me is this hangar. I'm looking up and there's all the fog coming down out the vents, and they're like cathedral height.
Yep.
Cathedral light vents and tubes and neon lights, and it's like, wow.
The best part of VR is when you're about 3 or 4 hours into a hardcore session and you've kind of lost sense of reality, and then an animal jumps into your lap.
Yeah. I'm expecting my minion to lick the back of my neck or something.
You're gonna be like mid witch space jump. You're gonna be like half awake, half asleep. You're gonna be like, it's so dark. Where are these weird lights? Lick on the neck.
Yeah, Thargoid interdiction. Right. Okay. Seal.
Oh, just wait till you get in the cockpit of the asp. Oh yes.
Oh yeah, you haven't even been inside a ship yet.
No, I've just been in the loading screen here.
Okay, well let's wait for your initial reaction, then I'll read out the letter. And I'm gonna
spinny asp there. It's like being in battle
Josh,
zone.
everybody hush! Everybody hush! Everybody hush!
Ah! Oh, I have to reset it. I'm a little bit further back. I'm looking down at me boobs. right in front of me there.
Just like real life, eh?
Yeah, just like. How do you know? You didn't see that picture, did you?
I'm sure there's a photoshopped one around somewhere.
There we go.
And if there
That's
isn't, we can
better.
make one.
Oh, that is so weird. that really, really is. Oh, I wish I had thighs that good. Anyway.
Good God.
He's in a spaceship for the first time, and all he's doing is
that
checking
is-
out his female body.
No, this is. I've got a male body here. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is like I am no longer playing a game. I am in a spaceship. It's as simple as that.
That is basically
I'll
what it
just
is.
reiterate what I said to you guys. What was it? It was Friday, wasn't it? Friday. I put in announcements. I said trying VR like this. It's like having sex with the future. That's what I called it, and I'm sticking by that. That is true. That is exactly what this is like. My God, this place. And my driving gloves. I like my driving gloves. Very nice. But this is weird. The body thing is a bit of a shock because I don't know why, but for some reason it feels a lot closer than it should be. Although it's not. It's exactly where it should be. If you see what I mean. You know.
Yep.
The cockpit. My God, the size of this cockpit. I'll have to go and shout down that little stairwell to the potato in a minute. It'll be down there. Ooh, the possibilities for footage in that.
Yeah, you see, it's a lot more obvious, especially with the ASP, the Lakon dashboard. It just looks like a slab of metal, especially in VR.
It does. Yeah, it's the size of a bed. And it's
Yeah.
I can only imagine what it was like before they put the texture back, when it was just
Oh,
that
it was-
horrible,
it was
shiny
disgusting.
chrome. Yeah, I can. If I just lean backwards, I can just see down the stairs there. I think this has some potential for footage.
Are you in the asp? You're in the asp, right? Take a look.
I'm always in the asp.
Okay, so take a look forward and down below you. You can actually see the lower deck. It's sort of like a cut-off platform before the glass.
Oh, I'd have to stand up.
Yeah, you'll have to do that. Just stand up and kind of like lean to either the left or the right, or
Just stay where you are, virtual body. Don't mind me. He seems quite happy, headless though he is. Oh, hello. Oh, I like the inside texture. Oh, stop it! Stop moving your neck when I'm not there. That's just wrong. Yeah. See there. Yeah, very cool. Yes, he's got texture inside his headless neck, like felt.
Yeah, it's weird.
Hey, Commander Nomad NLD, welcome to the bunch.
Moving his head.
Nice having you here.
Creepy.
you know, what we haven't heard in a really long time is the Hawk shooting anyone. I don't even think I have the Hawk turned on right now.
Leave it.
Yeah.
Leave it.
You know
For the
what?
love of God.
I think we're
You
gonna have
guys,
we're gonna
you
have
know,
to turn
you
it back
guys are
on.
witnessing witnessing Turgeon's very first baby steps in VR right now.
Yes.
That's right.
Yeah, I think I'll have to take this thing up to the top of the deck now. I haven't pushed any buttons or anything yet.
Now, while Turgeon is exploring his ship a little bit more, let's go ahead and just quickly read off. This was, so for anyone just joining in the stream right now, Operation Stonestar, as you can see in the overlay, somewhere over there or here or wherever it is, was a community effort put together to raise funds to help Turgeon, one of our Brocast crew here, to upgrade his PC and get him into virtual reality, which you guys did a fantastic job at, and it's hard to imagine that we got to the amount that we did in order to raise the funds to get everything and more. And we have here a letter. Let's see, I have the letter right over here. So this was the letter that was included.
Can I just say, oh my God! At this point, I've just put this ship on the up on the flight deck in the.
Oh,
okay.
you're in the Coriolis station.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
I'm just oh
Mind
my God!
blown.
Again. Yeah, this is completely. Like I say, this is not a game. When you're doing this, you are no longer playing a game. You are literally
Flying a ship.
spaceship.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely.
The difference is mind-boggling. Really is.
You guys, like different topic for us. Like, you guys think that they will have VR sets set up at Frontier Expo?
Yes,
Probably,
undoubtedly.
I hope so.
Undoubtedly. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
If they want to push it and pimp it, especially
well,
with
then
Star
that's
Citizen
gonna
gaining
be
a bit of ground.
that's gonna be my first time in VR.
Oh yeah,
then
because
there, hopefully.
that's where you are, isn't it? Near enough. It's just down the road, technically.
Yeah, just a month from now, actually. And funniest thing is, my booking for my Airbnb actually got cancelled a few days ago, and I had to find a new one. But fortunately, I managed to find one close by. That was kind of interesting.
Okay, can I read this letter now? Please,
Yeah.
pretty please?
Sorry.
Thanks.
You're
so,
welcome.
Not you, Astra. Shut your face.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
This is why I don't use them.
So it says, Turgeon, you've done so much for this community that the bros thought it was time we repaid you for the laughs and tears you've given us and the sweat you've put into telling us your stories. Apparently, you put sweat into your stories.
I do.
They're
I do. Yeah.
salty stories. They are.
Salty.
It's a
salty
the
stories.
main ingredient.
Tears and sweat. We started fundraising in early July, and this is the result. This is a turnkey, brand new rig that we hope you'll get to use for many years.
Yeah, you try to stop.
We hope you stay alive long enough to use this rig because it's going to outlive you. No, it doesn't actually say that. There's also a monitor so you no longer have to record in those awkward resolutions. Just add your current HDD. Oh yeah, there's a little extra surprise as well. Hope you enjoy.
A little.
Try not to get motion sick. Attached to this, you'll find the names of the 52 people who donated to this build. We love you, man. The world of Elite Dangerous would be a bland and sad place without you, and unsalty as well. I'll close this message that was posted on the Just Giving site. I'll close this with the message that was... Are you editing this while I'm reading it, Shibuka?
No, I'm just looking at it right now.
Okay, I'm like,
That's
who's
your
changing the
brain.
words? Why are you
That's
changing
your
the
brain.
words?
That's just you not being able to read, Josh.
Alright, I'll close this with the message that was posted on the Just Giving site. It's science, man. Shibuka, Josh, Greatas, and the bros. Turgeon Starstone is a great guy. He tirelessly makes terrific YouTube videos that make us laugh, cry, and everything in between. He loves Elite Dangerous, he loves the community, and he loves the bros of the Brocast. It's time we give back to him. Let's show him how much the bros really have his back and give him some upgrades for his gaming rig and hopefully an Oculus Rift. He deserves it. Any money we raise above our initial goal will go straight to him as a thank you for all that he does. Now I'm going to read the name of the 52 supporters that contributed to this. Xanthia, Stormheart, Commander Resender, Commander Wire, Unsir John, Top Blazer 85, Karaya, Darblesma, Commander Vex XX, Commander Fenshid, Stephen Madley, Commander Kurokenshi, Ex Jurados, Backlap, myself, Spatula, Rich Fowler, Stuart Hills, Powerhouse, Anonymous, Cookie Rebel, Commander Noodle. I don't know if that's anonymous like the user or if that's just an anonymous donor, but
It's an anonymous donation.
anonymous donation.
Anonymous have been after it, yeah.
Commander Noddles, Jeff Murray, Commander Finn Tennant, Stuart Greenwood, Res Ender, I guess that's Resender.
Yeah.
Captain Course, at Rich Archangel.
Archangel.
Yeah, Archangel. T. Dixon, Commander Machine, Anonymous, Commander Garisu, Anonymous. Man, this Anonymous guy is really just giving you lots of money.
Yeah, I love him.
Tom Cook,
He's my
Powerhouse.
hero.
Darblesma, Argaric the Confused, Anonymous, Lucci, Aramis Kamzel, Commander YK Anello, David McKidd, Captain Course, Alex Ringes, Xanthius Stormheart, Henka77, Simon. Yeah.
Great test.
Who's this Simon guy?
No clue.
Commander Greytest, Charles McManamy, Ascorbius, Sarah Johnson, and Disco Cat. So, amazing job, you guys. Turgeon, what would you like to
The
say
credits,
to the bros?
the credits sequence on my next video is going to be very long, isn't it?
That's if you ever make another video now that you're lost in VR, right?
Yeah, lost in space. Well,
Lost
no, I think
in
if I can
space.
if I can ever make Shadowplay work again without GeForce, and work out how to use this, my God, the potential for footage, all these extra little nooks and crannies.
Oh, I can tell you that Shadowplay, when you're actually in VR, is a little bit weird because you're going to look in your regular folder for the Shadowplay recordings, and it's not going to be there.
Yeah,
It's going to record it somewhere else.
Sure, you or Scorb or someone that's had experience with this thing knows what the best tools are for grabbing the footage.
I think Scorb...
I've just changed to the Blue Ascendant outfit here. And I'm like a superhero sitting here now. Shiny blue Christmas costume. Woo!
I'm pretty sure that Scorb doesn't use VR the same way that we all do. I think he's probably got like a camera, a track with...
Scorbius literally has one of those like
a
wig,
dolly, you know, like the camera
one of those
dollies.
wig heads. You know, he has like the styrofoam heads that you put wigs on, and he puts. No, I'm being 100% serious with this too. I'm not making a joke. He has one of those mannequin heads, and he puts the Oculus on it, or the Vive on it, and that's how he gets steady shots.
It puts the Oculus on the styrofoam head, or else it gets the VR sickness again.
It's true.
And yeah, McManamy, that was the reverse order, and the last guys were the ones to donate first. Yes.
Oh, I didn't realize that there was an order to it.
No, you couldn't know. Never mind.
It was all in a Google Doc that.
And also you might have heard some names double because there were actually people that thought their first donation wasn't enough and they donated again.
Yeah, like that anonymous guy.
I'm
yeah, that guy especially.
I am blown away. I'm totally stunned by this. When I saw this thing, I was like, "Oh God, no! I can't accept this. No, God, all these guys. No, this is impossible. No, that's this is too much." I was thinking. Yeah,
on this note,
words failing.
On this note, I'm going to paste in the chat the message that I got at 5:08 a.m. my time. So this woke me up, and let me just tell you, this was the most fantastic thing in the world to wake up to, was Turgeon squealing on Discord. And, hold on, it's making me put this into two separate. Hold on.
Well, while he attempts to copy and paste, Turgeon, there are a couple things you're going to have to watch out for in VR in Elite Dangerous. One of them was just very quickly mentioned in the chat right there, which is jumping to a neutron star in VR, which is going to freak the hell out. The second thing is when you do happen to get that very fun bug when you jump in and you actually go through a star, which
Oh my God.
I think they may have fixed. That is
No, it still
probably
happens on occasion.
that is probably one of the most nerve-wracking things that will happen to you in VR while you're out exploring.
It will literally make you shit your pants.
Yeah, you will jump out of your chair.
That I believe, yeah. Well, I just I turned the external view on of the ship and had a look around in that in VR. That's a bit freaky.
Yeah,
especially the speed it moves.
That'll be good for shots, like any EVA shots.
Oh,
Get a
and
little bit of camera shake and head look.
make sure to turn the grid on while you're in VR if you want to have any luck whatsoever in actually navigating the galaxy map.
Oh yeah.
I always have it on.
Okay.
Yeah, there's something special about looking down at your shoulder, virtual shoulder, and seeing an elite patch on it.
Oh yeah.
Explorer, look at me. It makes it so much more real. That's me.
Yep.
That's me. I'm an elite explorer. Look at my patch. It's really cool.
Tide says next fundraiser pilot pants. Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you wear your brown pants whenever you play Elite Dangerous.
Yeah. Actually, looking down in this Ascendant outfit, this guy's tackle is a bit crushed in there, isn't it? Either that or he's gone. He hasn't got.
Yeah,
that,
I'm curious if Turgeon, if you're gonna be resistant to the whole vomit comment, or if you're gonna have trouble in the SRV, for example, as well.
The SRV is
I will
brutal.
say, the
Brutal.
only time I have sickness in the SRV is when I'm tumbling, or when I'm making a long jump. If I'm making a long jump and I'm like, kilometers above the surface, and I'm trying to like turn myself or adjust my course a little bit, it makes me a little queasy. But that's it.
It's a strange thing, VR in the SRV. The first few times that I use it, I had absolutely no problem at all, and then suddenly, out of the blue, after many hours of driving in the SRV in it, I started getting sick. So it's kind of random, I think. It all has to do with just the way your brain is feeling that particular day, I think.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing that they have with people when they select them to be astronauts for astronaut training. They even now they still don't know who's going to be able to deal with zero G effects and not. They can't know until they actually put anyone in it. It's weird. Nobody knows what it is that causes it. And it's a similar thing with this. You're just not going to know. I'm actually going to try taking off now because I haven't. I've just been sitting on the pad this whole time.
Do it.
Going through the mail slot the first time is going to be special.
Well, I can say straight away that the sensation of speed, just lifting off from this pad at this scale, it's the scale of everything that's the difference here. Is you don't appreciate it in 2D.
Yep.
I mean, you're traveling 30, 40, and it's like actually quite fast in VR, driving this bus.
Now you understand why the speed limit's 100.
Yeah.
Nursek is already challenging you to a 1v VR.
1v1 stock vulture VR combat.
Oh man.
I made it out in one piece.
I'll tell you another thing that you might actually want to try.
That was harder than I thought. Actually, driving out the mail, it was harder than I thought it would be.
Turgeon, you'll find that flight assist off is a lot easier to get a hang of when you're in VR as well. So it's something that you might want to start investing some time into learning because.
That's odd, but not surprising.
Yeah.
Actually. Yeah.
You have a bit more positional awareness, so it is a little bit easier. I'm not going to say a lot easier, but a little bit easier.
And combat is 100% better.
Oh, combat!
You can track targets by looking around.
Oh yeah.
Can't you? Yeah.
I have reached my ceiling here. I can't go any further. This is the last star in the galaxy that I can get to, apparently.
Use Jamponium.
There's nothing else to jump to. Hold on, let me go to realistic.
I saw where you are the other day.
Go to your galaxy map and activate the Jamponium thing in your map settings on the left.
Layer power out.
No, yeah, here there are a couple more here actually, but they're not where I am. They're up over here. Oh crap! They're way up over
Jumponium.
here.
Jumponium.
This is gonna take a long time. I gotta go like back down and around to get to this one.
Jumponium.
Darn it!
Jump.
Okay, Jumponium,
Hey.
Jumponium. Let's take a look at the Jumponium
Well,
options.
I'm just going to park myself and dock, I think, before, because I mean I came in here with a bit of a headache anyway. I don't want to push it. I'll dock here and then jump back out to chat. Assuming, he says that nice and casually. I'll just dock here. First time docking in VR. This is fine.
Yeah, looking
We'll-
down and
see how that
landing on that
goes.
pad.
Okay, there is a star here, apparently. There it is. What is it? It is...
Come on, boost 1.
I don't think I have boost 2.
Remember, you have to have 2 because you want to get back.
Yes,
don't you?
yes, I need to get back, of course.
Don't make that mistake.
I will not make that mistake. I'm not going to let Grey Test peer pressure me into doing a Jumponium boost either. Okay, I have level 2. I have enough to do 3 of those. Yeah. Oh no, actually, excuse me, 2. I only have 2 cat. Oh no, never mind. That's the current right over there.
Chronically oversensitive in the role I've got now.
Okay, I could do boost 2. Let's see. Let's see how far I can get with a boost 2. Okay, let's change this to...
That's weird. I can't do my normal aeroplane style landing because everything looks different.
it's
And I
gonna be
think-
kind of like relearning how to play the game.
Yeah, I think I'm going to hit that con tower if I come in like I normally do. It shows me how close I must be to these con towers when I normally land. So I've had to sort of fly in and I'm going to drop down on the pad, but it's actually a lot easier to fly in and drop down on the pad. That's amazing.
Okay.
McMenemy also says you have your star filter activated so you don't see unscoopables.
Well, that's why I turned it to... Well, yeah, I don't really want to see unscoopables. I don't
Yeah,
want...
I was gonna say that. It's kind of dangerous to do that because
Yeah.
then you will also have to watch your fuel.
Well, I
Very
did
carefully.
actually get my name on a neutron star long ago when we had early days of Jumponium. It just introduced because no one had dared go to it because it was at the end of a jump at the bottom of the galaxy that it was like one jump more than people's comfort zone to get down there.
I think
so
I'm
I
just
got
going to have to
on
go down and around to get this one and take the long way, because if I waste my Jumponium, it's just going to get me there a little quicker, but then I won't be able
Yeah.
to jump any further from here. So, long way it is. I'm going to save my Jumponium.
Next broadcast could be canyon runs with Turgeon in VR.
Yeah, could be.
Could be.
If we are gonna have a broadcast with Turgeon in the future at all, we might just get stuck in there and live in
Yeah,
VR
you'll never
from
see me
dawn.
again now. No, I'm actually. I've parked myself back in the hangar now. I think. Oh, I have a different neck in the Blue Ascendancy.
Cookie
I'm
Rebel.
just going to go and see how far I can get, how close I can get to my stairs. Look down. Oh, that didn't sound good. I can see the fire extinguisher down there. Cool. Right, I think I'll just park myself here for now.
Cookie Rebel says he never messes with Jumponian because he doesn't trust himself. Cookie, I feel exactly the same as you, man. I just don't trust myself with it. I mean, I know I can use it, but I just don't trust my... It's like if someone gave me a bunch of gunpowder and said, here, I'm going to show you how to make fireworks. I don't think I would want to, really. I mean, I'm sure I could, but...
I know what you mean. I went across the abyss with only jump on, like every single jump, pretty much.
That's because you probably had so much you never had to worry about running out.
Yeah, I had quite
Yeah.
a few jumps. That was certainly the case. But then again, I also had to do quite a few jumps to get across there. it was still a very calculated thing, and I did have to refuel on materials in between.
Let's just point out that the abyss is the gap before Beagle Point, of course.
Yeah.
And for those of you who have never been out that far, coming to the roof or the basement, I suppose you could say, of the galaxy is basically the exact same thing. So if you want to kind of get some experience with it, you don't have to go all the way to Beagle Point to experience very sparse stars. Just
Well, in
fly
fact, you
straight
can
up from the bubble.
You can just go out down south in High Commas.
Yeah, go
from the
past
bubble.
Orion and Bernard's Loop and everything.
Yeah.
Because that's the shortest path to get to the edge of the galaxy.
That is very true. The
Well, that
back
was
door
the
of the
first-
galaxy.
First
Yep.
casualty of VR there. That was a mug of Coke.
Oh no!
Did you
half
reach
a mug of
over and
Coke.
knock it over
No,
with your hand?
No, one of the cables swiped it as I was looking down the stairwell in the air.
Oh. I was gonna say, I've had
That
VR.
happens a lot, isn't it?
I have had my headset on plenty of time when I'm like, I know exactly where my glass is. I'm just gonna reach out gently and pick it up. Yeah. No, don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, you're gonna have to get a
I'll
habit of a
accept that
clear
as
working
a-
space there.
Me? That's gonna happen.
Great test using an artist. What is a clean working?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Ah, yes. Well done,
Very true.
Shuka, yes.
Very true.
Redefine clean, yeah.
Rodney Peter says the highest he's ever gone above. I got to QUEMEOUDL-YE6. I love how he's got that memorized, because like,
Yeah, not bad.
I would never memorize that. How the heck did you know that?
Right. Back to the stream. Way. The stream was running in the background all the time there, and there was no cut down of any frame rate or anything. Wow.
Shibuka, what is the
Such
name?
power!
What's the name of that program? Oh wait, you don't know. You've got the Vive. You've got something different, don't you? There's something that runs on Oculus that lets you see sort of like YouTube windows and browser windows and Facebook while you're in VR. And,
Yeah, I use OpenVR.
OpenVR.
It goes through Steam VR to use it.
I don't remember exactly what it was called, but there is one like that as well for Oculus, which you might want to look into, Turgeon, if you do plan on spending a considerable amount of time in VR. And this goes to anyone using an Oculus and playing Elite Dangerous. There's a program, I'm sure it's not too hard to look up, Google it, that lets you open up certain apps in VR and then place them as like a floating window in your VR space, and then
Yeah,
they
it's
just
like
stay there
putting
permanent.
it's like putting a TV screen in your ship.
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
And also, Keith Curvin, good point there. He says, shame they can't integrate augmented reality in Oculus so you
Yeah.
can see keyboards and code cans.
Well,
That is actually the thing that they are now kind of working on. That's going to be the next step. That you have not outside-in sensors, where basically there's sensors in the room that figure out where you are, but you're going to have inside-out sensors where the headset itself basically detects its surroundings and then kind of also can integrate them into your virtual environment.
It's funny you mentioned that because the Vive actually has a camera on the front of the headset that you can activate using either one of the controllers, or
But
you
that
can make like a
currently-
3D map.
Yeah, but that's currently like, yeah, you can
I
make a
would've
3D
thought,
map, but it's just like a 2D implementation, and future headsets are gonna have proper 3D objects from the real
Oh,
world.
I was just saying the Vive was ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
Wow.
actually, the Vive was not ahead of the curve. The Gear VR from Oculus was ahead of the curve. It had that camera first.
But does the Rift have it?
No, the Rift doesn't, but I will tell you
Alright,
something,
then.
and Shibuka, I'm sure if you've tried it, you know as well as I do, that camera is really jarring to your senses because
awful.
it's 2D. When you look at it, it's like looking at a TV screen in front of you, and if you reach out, your hands are kind of like weird, and if you
Yeah.
try to like pick something up, you see your hand moving, but your depth perception is completely gone. I mean, this is kind of like what happens if you go blind in one eye. There's no VR for you. There's no virtual reality. There's no 3D. It's very, very strange.
Yeah, but that's gonna be the next step, and I figure we're gonna have that somewhat soon, actually, because there's already prototypes where they use third-party, like stereoscopic cameras that they attach to the headsets, and this way they can kind of figure out the environments.
Well, I'm thinking what
that tech
both of
is
these
not ready for the market just yet.
and both of these headsets use these devices. They use something that can track controllers and things in the headset anyway. So if you had a small sticker version of that, you could stick it on things so that it knows where your mug is, and you could actually tell it. You could define a mug in VR and say, there you are, you've got a little sticker on it, and it knows that it's an item, and you tell it that it's a mug. You know where it is. It should be done. It's possible.
Miguel is saying he doesn't want to use VR on his 970. You actually could. You could use it on the 970.
Should just about be okay for some basic
It's
VR.
like the bare minimum. I was running it on a 780 GTX, so you should have no problems running it on a 970.
Yeah, Vive and the Rift both list the 970 GTX as the minimum requirement. So you just have to turn the graphics down, but you could use it.
Yeah, which is fine because you're going to turn them down for VR anyhow. Just don't up the, what is it, pixels per
Super
inch.
sampling?
Yeah, the super sampling. Oh, which actually that's something that you can do.
Oh, do you know?
Turgeon.
Yeah, it's an option I've never ever looked at because I'm thinking
You're gonna have to get used to all the high-end stuff you have access to now.
Exactly.
It's so much power. It's
So much power.
Unlimited power. That's what it is.
Well, hey, listen, for all you
Cookie, take
guys
that
joining in
email.
right now, welcome to the Brocast. Unlimited bro power! My name's Commander Josh Hawkins. I'm joined by Commander Turgeon Starstone,
Hello.
who is officially in VR
You
now.
bros, you
Uh,
guys.
Commander Greytest,
Hello, Yim.
who is somewhat breaking up and roboting a little tiny bit, but not as much as usual. And Commander Shibuka,
Hello there.
who has graced us with his presence this week, and will hopefully rejoin us on the Brocast on a regular basis from now on. Since you were the first official bro of the Brocast, Shibuka,
Yes.
I'm
Nice-
telling you,
nice to have you
my
back.
life, my life is just so hectic right now. It's not even funny.
well,
You've got a sidekick.
I do have a sidekick.
Yeah.
This is the Brocast, and hectic is what we're all about. So if you're just joining us for the first time and you're going, hey, what is this live stream on Elite Dangerous? Well, this is the Brocast. We're a bunch of Elite Dangerous players who sometimes play other video games, and we bring this live stream to you every single Sunday from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. You can find it right here on my channel. If you
5 p.m.
3 p.m. till 5 p.m. Right, 3 p.m. till 6 p.m. was the original, old airing times. 3 p.m. until 5 p.m. You can find the Brocast right here on my channel every Sunday, so if you're enjoying the show and you want to come back and watch some more, make sure that you hit the subscribe and turn notifications on. That's the little bell right next to the subscribe button. I've heard a lot of people complaining that they're not getting notifications that live streams are happening on my channel. That's because you got to check those notifications. Now, with that said, it's not entirely you. It's also YouTube. YouTube has some weird thing where they don't show you always whenever a notification goes there, but there's something in your settings that you can make it so that a particular channel is set higher on your priority list. You got to look through the YouTube settings for that. I don't know exactly where it is. It's like preferred channels. So if you really love this channel and you have a lot of subscriptions with a lot of notifications, go into your settings and you can change that. And that way you'll always know when the Brocast is on live. And with that said, we are currently exploring the galaxy. As you can see here, I am quite far away. I'll open up the galaxy map, show you where exactly I am. Right now I'm just doing some exploration, but we often have events that we do, as we did last week. We had Sidewinder Mayhem. It was kind of a shit show of Sidewinders blowing themselves up with no particular rules to the contest. Just everyone showed up in stock Sidewinders, except for one or two. And we just blew each other up. And we have other events as well that are organized a little bit more
And
in
sometimes
advance.
even other games, but we didn't have in quite a while, right?
No, we haven't. I think we had kind of decided that we were going to focus a little bit more on Elite Dangerous. So that's
Yeah, fair enough.
That's what we've been doing for the Brocast. Although I think now that Turgeon has VR, once we can all arrange it, I'm sure we are going to go check out Star Trek Bridge Crew.
Yeah, there's certainly some games out there that work brilliantly if you have like a crew of two. Yeah, like I guess 3 guys at least in VR together. That can be quite a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's I'm really bummed that we missed the sale on it just the other day. Apparently it was like 50% off, and it ended like 5 days or 2 days before the last live stream I did. But it's a little expensive. That was kind of the only reason why it held off. I will pay the extra money now if Turgeon wants to pick it up as well, because God, I would love to play that game. I've been dying to play that game, actually.
Looks fun, yeah.
Well, I'm a huge Star Trek fan, as I'm sure many of the bros are that are watching the show right now, and you know,
Star Wars.
I have equal love for both.
I don't even want to say anything, honestly. If you are a space fan, you can't love Star Wars over Star Trek. You have to love them both equally, like Greytest just said.
Like your children.
Exactly.
I'm a good
You
bro.
can't love your children more than the other.
That's right.
Are you saying I'm not a real space fan?
Well,
Yep.
yeah. You just went Star Wars. Come
Wow.
on.
Wow.
Fight!
Wow.
Star Wars is a great movie, but it is literally a work of fiction, and none of it is based in real science.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Are we really
You're going to diss Star Wars by saying it's a work of fiction?
I'm not dissing it.
Wow.
I'm
We're
just
talking
saying.
about the science fiction genre.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my.
You got any popcorn, Gray? Any popcorn?
Yeah,
I've got some. I'll go
I'm
fix some
I'm
myself for
I'm
this
just
conversation.
flabbergasted.
We'll just sit here and eat
And-
popcorn.
and-
Beowulf Schmidt said Star Wars is a western.
It is.
It is.
It is.
Yep, it is. It's
Ugentide, that is a forbidden word in my presence. You are not allowed to say midichlorians in the presence of Shibuya. Ever. Ever. I will strangle you with Jar Jar Binks' ears. No midichlorians
wow.
here.
No,
you
Sinclair
guys
says
kicked it off
the word
now
that
with
destroys
that.
Star Wars is younglings.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
god.
If you had Jar Jar Binks saying a sentence that included midichlorians and younglings, that would be the killer.
That if okay, everyone likes to
Super
throw
gal.
out the word triggered. But if I ever heard
Triggered's
Jar
a
Jar
millennial
Binks-
word, okay?
If I ever heard Jar Jar Binks mention that sentence with younglings and midichlorians, I would be triggered.
Shahalka.
Yeah.
General Ghost says, "Jokes on you, Shibuka. I have the high ground."
Oh, did you see that that video that Playtrip put up about, what was it, 800 Jedi versus 20,000 Uruk-hai?
Yes, that was cool.
And I thought, the Uruks couldn't even win at the
Against
end when they had the
one?
yeah, well, they couldn't win at the end when they had the high ground, even though the high ground was made up out of their dead bodies. They were like literally standing 10 feet up on a mound of dead bodies, Jedi, and they still lost.
Could 1,000 orcs
I
really?
have the high ground.
I mean, honestly, do you think that they would have any chance against even one single Jedi?
Nobody seems to have any chance against Jedi. And I love watching the Jedi ones anyway. It's like Christmas decorations. They're all standing there with
Yeah.
these multicolored lightsabers. It's great.
Talking about
Illuminations.
other content creators, I want to give a quick shout out to Commander Whitman on Discord.
Oh,
Because
yes.
just earlier today, he actually published the first edition of the Sagittarius Eye, spelled EYE. It's a new magazine that it tells stories from the Elite Universe told by commanders for commanders. Quite entertaining and very well done, the first edition that. And I can just recommend it to you. The link is in announcements on our Discord channel.
I've put it in chat. Hooray.
Or that. Excellent. Thank you, Turgeon.
Talking of other content creators, like Miguel mentioned earlier on in chat here, Josh
Ah,
heard their latest collaboration.
Who? Josh?
Yes, that Josh fella. Have you
Josh
heard
wasn't listening.
Miguel and Tom Cook's latest collaboration?
No, I
Alien
have
Within
not.
track. You must listen, man.
Oh my god!
It is beyond awesome.
Yeah, I still have to listen to that too because I will do that after the stream.
There's the view I was looking for. Yeah, definitely. Do we have a link that we could put in the chat for that as well?
It's on SoundCloud. You can find
I'll-
it from.
I'll grab it from because it's in the bro bar.
He PM'd it to you apparently.
Go.
Real quick before we're too far off the Star Wars conversation.
Oh no.
No. This isn't that.
Drag it
If
down,
you ever want a real good laugh, follow the subreddit prequel memes. It's all jokes and memes made from different scenes of the prequels, and it's absolutely amazing.
Prequel memes. There you go, folks. For all your Star Wars memes.
For all your prequel memes.
All your Star Wars prequel memes? Well, what about the new
that's
Star
not
Wars?
Technically, the prequels are not technically Star Wars movies.
Well, yeah, they are.
That was
Donuts.
a joke.
Donut. He says if the Brocast were to become a player group, would it be called the Bro Crew? Negative. It is being called the Starstone Enterprises because the faction is actually about to be added into the game. It should actually happen any day now, as far as I know.
Yeah, they're way
so-
behind right now.
They are way behind. They got clocked up there a bit. But our faction is in the current batch, and once it got approval from engineering, then I think it is pretty much clear to be added with the new. Yeah, I think it's not the next update, but the next server update.
I'm
So we will
thinking we'll probably be added around the time 2.4 gets dropped.
It's gonna be around about that time, yeah, but we'll see. You're gonna be updated once it is in the game.
And once it is, we're going to need some people to help us maintain our whatever status it is that we have.
Well, you're gonna have to. You're
Very
gonna
well
have to push
says,
yourself first
how does
to-
one join this faction? Well, you
to
just turn
actually
up
get
with a bottle,
a
probably. I don't
station
know.
first?
Turn up with a bottle. That'll do.
Yeah, we'll just need a bunch of people to run out to the station that we have a presence in and run a bunch of missions until we take over.
That is what we
Yeah,
want to do.
what's gonna? You're not gonna have a station at the beginning. What's gonna happen is you're gonna be added with like 5 or I think it was like 10% influence into the system. So you're just gonna be there as a faction in the system, and then you're gonna have to like run missions, faction, and push the influence past one of like the lowest faction that
Have you
still
found an
has a
Earthlight there,
station in
Hawkins?
the system.
It's possible.
That's
It's
a water
possible.
world.
It looks more like
That's
a
a
water
water
world to
world.
me, but
Watery. Can't see what res is my. Oh,
Yeah,
hang on,
it's
I'm
possible.
on 480. Hold on.
Yeah, once
Oh,
that
yes.
happens, you can then
I put the YouTube
wage a
res up
war
and it looks like a-
and take over the station by winning the war, and that's where you have the first foothold in the system, actually.
Yep.
so
Hold up, Charles McManamy. Did Sirius really take over Merope? Like
I'm not in the loop,
the
I don't know.
player minor faction or the NPC minor faction? I'll wait for your response.
They have their own rules. The NPC minor factions.
They do, because if Sirius,
hand
the
waving.
NPC minor faction, took over Merope, then that's a serious
Story part.
fold in the lore. Very big.
General Ghost says, I think it's in everyone's best interest to undermine the Brocast faction. So we know that there will be at least one person doing that in a sand vet.
Oh, serious mining. Okay. Well, still, they could be mining for have something to do with the barnacles.
Yep, true.
You know
Slow down.
what these mega
Okay,
corporations are like.
75 ready now.
It's a new serious miner faction. Okay. Yeah, that's a fold in the lore then. That's a nice little twist. Sirius is involved.
You know,
we're not anything to do with Sirius Corporation, they'll say if you ask them. Check our paperwork, they'll say.
So we do have something else that we can talk about here as well. Talking about the game is this Thursday. We're going to get some news as to the actual release date of 2.4.
Oh yeah,
that was a big joke when they announced it.
Why is that?
They're announcing the day that they're going to announce the day of 2.4.
Yeah.
Yeah. At least we're getting an announcement of some kind.
Announception.
It is just a water
got that
world.
joke, Ray.
Thank you.
Let's take a look at it. So, yeah, this Thursday, Frontier is doing a live stream where they are going to announce the release date of 2.4. And I think they're going to tell us a little bit more as to what we can expect in it as well, if I am not mistaken.
Hopefully so.
Right? I think that is the...
my perfect scenario for Thursday is they show a build of 2.4 with a couple things added.
Well, they probably will show something off, but they're not going to show us... I don't think they're going to show us Thargoids yet.
No,
I think...
But maybe a new teaser?
There might be a hint.
Maybe a teaser?
Yeah,
I'm thinking there will be some kind of teaser to where it's going to be like a Thargoid firing weapons or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Because if you remember, the last teaser had like 4 frames of a Thargoid firing some kind of projectile.
We think it was them firing a projectile. Maybe.
No, they were definitely firing a projectile.
It was a projectile, but we don't know if it was like a weapon projectile or
it could have been a rescue pod. I mean, this is it. They never give
Thargoid
us enough
limpets.
information.
Yep.
They never give us enough information to make 100% judgment, and they do that deliberately.
It wasn't a laser beam. We can tell that much.
No.
So it was some sort of
projectile.
object going towards the other ship.
But it could have been a limpet. Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, well, it was.
Could have been saying, "Give us our probes back, you bastard."
What's really interesting about that is that there was these like squiggly lines.
Healing missiles.
Healing missiles. It could have been, man. You don't know what Thargoid technology is like.
But is just being nice. He's like Healy beams all the way.
There were like these squiggly lines in between the Thargoid ship and the Federal Corvette, and there were little projectiles along the squiggly lines.
Excuse
like
me,
they were
I
following
see you've
them.
damaged your ship there.
They were healing missiles.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't know?
You've scratched your ship there, mate. Here, let me help you out. Yeah.
And every explorer out there will shout, "No! It took me ages to get my paint job down to 0%. No, don't repair it."
Well, there you go. Yeah.
I have a feeling that the way that we're going to be interacting with the Thargoids, because, you know, David Braben had originally stated that how the aliens respond to us is going to be based on what our initial encounter is with them, right? So
we're gonna have war.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
you know it.
Most likely.
I think what's gonna happen is, you know, we've said this before on the show, but it's worth repeating. There's currently 2 factions of Thargoids. They're in a civil war. We're gonna have to pick a side.
So how do we interact with the aliens, though? This is the question, because this is what David Braben said. It's going to be based on how you interact with them. If the only way that we have of interacting with anything right now in the game is to blow it up, then obviously war would be the most obvious choice. Because if the other choice is just to not do anything at all, nobody's going to do that.
Well, just as a little aside here. There's been quite an overhaul to the messaging and mission system in 2.4, hasn't there?
So you think there will be conversation? I
Well,
don't
I'm
think we're going to
thinking,
have
yeah.
dialogue. I think what we
why not? I
might
mean, the
see.
point is, we're aware that the Thargoids can use human communication systems because that's what the whole probes and artifacts business
Yep.
is about. They're
Morse
using
code and everything.
our communication. So there's
It's-
nothing to stop them dropping out of hyperspace and saying, "Hello, do you want to do a mission for us?"
Well,
And you also
that's
saw-
possible. We
literally
might
nothing to
start
stop.
seeing that, but if we do see that, that means also we're going to see Thargoid settlements or Thargoid stations of some kind, and that's what
Yep.
I'm thinking is that we're going to see. I think that what we'll actually have is we will have
Ultimately, yeah.
Thargoid bases that we can interact with, and that's where we'll be able to chat with them, or they'll do Thargoid CGs, you know?
Yeah, it depends on like if they're just gonna kind of base it on the single first encounter, then chances are that's gonna be hostile because the pilot is gonna start shooting whatever just out of curiosity.
Of course.
But if they're gonna base it on like a CG where it kind of balances out how many people are acting hostile and how many people are acting friendly,
Yeah.
then I guess we could have a
Well,
friendly
they have said
encounter.
that if I'm recalling this correctly, they have said that the way Thargoids act towards us is not going to be the result of one single person.
Okay.
Thank
But
goodness, Harry Potter.
You also have to remember that 2.4 is an evolving storyline, so we're going to get updates periodically throughout 2.4 to add to the story. What I think is going to happen is, like Turgeon said, you have to remember the new mission overhaul, to where now we have chained missions, multi-stage missions. Some of it's procedurally generated, some of it's not. So we're probably gonna have an opportunity. Maybe not at first, but we might be able to have an opportunity to develop some kind of almost like diplomatic relations with probably the Oresrians, which is the side of the Civil War that's losing right now against
Yeah, and
the.
talking about those factions, imagine if like the Thargoids would or the Oresrians would approach us and ask for help against the Klaxians, but that I guess would also kind of split humanity into
Well, that
people
could-
who support the Oresrians and people who support the Klaxians.
That could be very well.
I don't believe that we'll be able to support the Klaxians because we don't know how much of the old lore they're keeping. But in the old lore, the Klaxians were like just hell bent on murder and mayhem.
Yeah, so they have no interest in our support, and it seems
we
seems so far
ants.
they don't need
This
our
is it. I mean,
support.
they were 100% warrior. They pulled you into whip space and blew you up, and that was it.
Yep.
They did. That was it. That's all they did. Nothing else. So they're only interested in blowing things up.
Yep.
This whole business with the probes and artifacts and any kind of communication at all suggests to me that there's a breakaway faction of Thargoids that may be as a result of having encountered us in the first place at all.
Yep.
So it's
I'm
kind
thinking,
of in our best interests to side with them.
I'm thinking we'll have. I think humanity will be split, but I think it'll be more along the lines of you'll have the part of humanity that wants to help out the Oresrians and take on the Klaxians, and then you'll have the other side of humanity who just wants to kill all the Thargoids. Period.
Yeah, we will see.
Yeah, that sounds
interesting anyway.
Yeah.
So then maybe the choice will be to help the Oresrians. Is that how you pronounce them?
Yep, Oresrians.
Yes.
Oresrians. Maybe the choice will be to help them, and if not enough people help them and complete the community goals, then the other faction will literally come in and wipe them out, and we'll be left with
oh boy.
We'll be left with an entire combat scenario instead
how I
of.
How I think 2.4 is going to go is at first we're going to be hostile with both, and then something will happen and we'll develop some kind of diplomatic relations, very rocky diplomatic relations with the Oresrians. There will be some chained missions. They might work kind of like how the BGS works, and then we'll have some kind of community goals, help them build, something, some kind of safeguard these bases, refueling points. I don't know, something
They
like that.
give us a little bit of their alien technology.
Exactly,
Yeah,
and then start integrating it.
And
my
then
guess would be that they'll dump some sort of Thargoid mothership on us, which is like we've got the megaships now.
Yeah,
there'll be a Thargoid megaship that'll act as a base of operations, and it'll be the headquarters of the Oresrians that are on the run from the Galaxians.
Yep.
And they'll turn up in our space, and all the main factions will protect them. Maybe the Feds will have a pop at them. I don't know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Missions, that's where you go. You go to a little alliance, or by which I mean human. In this instance,
That would be kind of
alliance
interesting if
base
one of the
next to that one,
human
station next to that
factions
one.
like just become like complete enemies with them.
Yep.
Well, the Feds won't like them. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I really
The
think
imps will only like them if they've got good style.
I really think that when we
fashion
get
sense.
introduced to the Calaxians,
Darling, they have no fashion sense.
I really think the Calaxians are going to take over a large part of human space. I think that we're going to complete. I really hope to, and what I feel like is going to happen is we're going to lose the Pleiades, like completely. I feel like they're going to completely take over the Pleiades.
Yeah.
We're going to lose all those systems. Everyone out there is going to die.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I wonder
Obsidian
what
Ant just
Obsidian
did
Ant
all the
would have
voice
to say
recording
about
for the
that.
station out there, so.
Yeah, but you don't know what he recorded. I'll back
Oh.
up
Exactly.
on station, he said.
Like
Everybody-
one line.
It's
a
gonna be
couple of
like
lines, you know.
it's gonna be like the locutest version of Obsidian Ant.
Everybody,
No, but
evacuate the station. It's about to blow up. He'll say.
that was a solid Obsidian Ant. But really, I think this is an awesome opportunity for Frontier to kind of give us some story-driven gameplay that's not just community goals and Galnet articles that you can't access outside the game.
I am Obsidian of Ant. Oh, sorry, Shibuya, you don't get those jokes because you don't watch Star Trek. Sorry.
Josh Maxwell says we got to build a wall around the Pleiades. Actually, if you want to get technical,
They built a wall.
Either the Oresrians or the Calaxians already did with all those Thargoid bases.
Yeah.
It's kind of like building a wall around the Pleiades.
They did. So it's cool. It's already done that, and they paid for it.
Oh, gee. Yeah, I didn't even think about this. Bodomax, he's talking about the Colonia Highway CG that's going on right now. That makes a lot of sense. People fleeing to the Colonia.
And also, I'm a little suspicious because that ongoing CG is also kind of pushed by Frontier Developments. Like it's in every newsletter every week.
Yep.
Yes, it is.
So that's a bit suspicious. And coming back to the weapons, I think was it you, Turgeon, that talked about sonic weapons against the Thargoids?
Well, yeah, I thought, why not? I mean, they like their sound, don't they?
Yeah.
All of their messages have been things buried in sounds and lovely. There's a lot of audio work with the bugs. Maybe it's because I like crickets,
I like the idea of a sound
imagine
limpet, like a sonic limpet attaching to
missiles and
Thargoid ships
limpets
and disabling them.
Sonic Limpet.
Yeah, just imagine.
Okay, quick update. So I have actually reached the highest point that I can get to without level 3 Gemponium. Okay.
Good for you.
Which you don't have any of.
Which I don't have any of. In fact, if I look where I am right now, and I go back to here, and we put the FSD boost on, and we put level 3, I really only have a one-way up there, 52.26 light years, and everything else is going down. So
how high up are you now?
I think.
How high up am I? I am officially 2,760 light years above the galactic plane.
Not bad.
And that one is...
That'll do.
Yep.
Now go home.
I want to do like a level 3 Gemponium, except the only problem is all of the stars around here. There's no planets. There's no landables.
Well, that is blue. So it's unlikely to have any planets. Never mind landables. So you're not going to stock up if you jump up there, are you?
Well, I can't jump up there anyhow. So
you can look at oh god, I already forgot the name of the system from Reclamation. I'm ashamed. What's the name of the system?
Reclamation?
Yeah, Solomon's home system. Geo? No.
Prism.
Prism.
Yes, I'll be right
Prism
back,
star is blue.
They can have, but I wouldn't gamble my level 3 Gemponium.
Oh hell no! Oh hell no!
Any stars
Absolutely
at all.
not.
Anew. Cookie says, "What's the highest above the plane anyone has gone?"
I feel like it's just under 3,000.
Suicide.
Yeah, what I
You were on
recall
it, Gray.
is on Distant Worlds it was like 2,900 something light years above the
Yeah.
plane, but I'm not sure if there's a higher record somewhere
Well,
else.
How far did you get on that one where you suicided, Gray? That was crazy high. wasn't it?
Suicide?
Didn't you? You did that suicide.
Distant Stars.
Distant Stars, that was a different thing.
But it was-
And that wasn't as high up. It was
Was it
because
not?
that was close to the bubble. So there, the stars don't go as high or low. So that was kind
Yeah,
of a different
that
thing.
was just a neutron star. Well, no, it was just a star system that was unreachable by anything other than a neutron star, right?
It was previously unreachable before we had the new star boosts. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Josh forgot to mute his mic.
He
so
did?
everyone be
forget to
quiet
mute
and
his
listen to
mic?
his conversation.
Well, it was.
I was just
Yes.
I was just telling everyone to be quiet so we can listen in. Pretty sure they can.
They should. I don't know.
Yeah, I bet they can. Bet they can.
Can you
Do
guys
you
hear
care?
Josh?
You guys in chat, do you care? Do you care if you can hear
Oh,
Josh
did you?
at
Oh,
all?
you muted your mic on OBS.
You sneaky bugger.
Gotcha. See, everyone in chat, I apologize. He did not
No,
mute
they
himself on
can't hear him.
Discord.
Sorry, bros. I'll be right back.
Anyway, but it's weird because this is right now I'm going on my longest dry period of not playing Elite Dangerous.
Yeah.
And I feel like
Your hands are shaking. I can hear them from here.
I'm gonna be in Hamburg for like another 2 months. I'm gonna have access to any sort of PC here, so that's gonna be fun when 2.4 comes out.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like 2.4 has the potential to reel me back in because I still love this game. I love following the lore. I love everything about it. I haven't had the only time I've had to play video games. I haven't wanted to play Elite.
Yeah, we all get a bit of burnout, and you don't really want to force yourself back to it when you're in that mood because it's never going to end well. You got to wait for the thing to pull you back in on its own.
I'm not sure. It kind of depends on what you enjoy, but what might help you is once we have the faction in place, that's kind of like a place to regularly meet up with people.
That's what I'm
thinking. It's not going to
thinking.
be a lot of people, but there's always going to be 1 or 2 online. You can meet up, you can do stuff together. At least that's how it is for me with the Rock Rats. I'm actually currently planning like a monthly event that we're gonna have regularly then to just meet up again together, do shenanigans together, and that's always fun, and that definitely keeps me with the game.
Yeah, I'll definitely be helping out with that.
It's the community. That's it. It all comes with this game. It always comes back to community.
100%.
I'm sitting on a large pile of black tech here. That's the result of the community. This game wouldn't be anything without the community.
I mean, I still have so much to do in the game. Unlocking engineers, I still have to grind for the Corvette, but I just can't do it right now. Of course, because I don't have a PC. But even if I wouldn't be grinding for that because I just don't enjoy that at the moment. I do enjoy meeting up with people, doing crazy stuff, and just enjoying the fun part of the game.
I think there's going to have to be some engineer grinding, though, once the Thargoids come into play.
Probably.
I really hope that Frontier devises some sort of way to unlock these engineers that makes it less tedious.
If we have a dedicated station, like I say, if there's a emissary ship or a mega ship of their own, and there's one of our stations parked next to it, perhaps you have to do unlock missions there to get access to their tech.
I'm with you, Cookie.
You don't have to have engineers. We don't know. They've got plenty of ways they can handle it.
I would love to see missions give you everything that you need, or exploration even. So like explorers could actually participate in engineering without having to go and do combat and pick up parts.
Yeah,
This has
and
been our
Cookie,
argument about
I would
engineers for a
say
long
you
time.
can expect the Broke Expedition when we know what 2.4 is gonna include. So we know what's going on, if we're gonna have to or want to stay in the bubble, and if not, it could kick off rather soon. And if there's a lot of stuff going on in the bubble, it's probably gonna be after the kind of 2.4 events kind of have cooled down a bit.
Also, when 2.4 hits and I have a 20,000 light year jump range planner, I will make the jump back to the bubble on my main account.
Oh, yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun,
The
dun, dun. I may even turn that into a live stream of its own. And then once I am back, then any bro expedition is possible, because on my main account I do all
Charles
the exploration.
McManamy said maybe a evacuation post 2.4.
Yeah, bro evacuation.
That sounds like something you'd buy on the shelf with Senna in it.
Commander Machine said, "I'd love to have legs and land on atmospheric planets this year."
No.
That's a negative.
No.
Definitely
Not
negative.
gonna happen
We're
this
not going to
year.
have that for a very, very
Maybe
long time.
not even next year. We
Yeah.
might get some limited atmospheric landings next year.
The nearest Star Citizen gets to launching.
Don't get your hopes up.
To happen,
That's still
I'd
quite
say.
far out.
I'm thinking if we get legs, I'm thinking end of next year, beginning of 2019.
Yeah.
At the earliest.
We'll see. Maybe the Frontier Expo can tell us a bit more about that, but I doubt they even would do that.
They don't even want to talk about that right now.
Yeah, that's how early
They don't
it is.
even want.
Although I'm sure someone's working on it. I'm sure someone somewhere, that one guy at the very, very far back of the office is assigned to it.
There's concept art and concept 3D modeling and what's the word I'm looking for? Animations of a guy in 0G and an eagle grabbing onto the back of his seat and then getting into the seat. There's animations for it, but there's no real way of implementing it meaningfully. Because right now you'd be able to walk around your ship and that's it.
In other news, Frontier Developments acquires Helion.
Yeah.
Oh god.
that is one of the interesting things that I saw watching the Star Citizen videos, the latest ones that they put out, because we take it for granted, taking off from a planet, going somewhere, landing on another planet, but because of the way that they're doing it with the whole close up on the pilots, and it's all about the commanders and the personal interactions. That's basically what their last video was, but it was a whole different spin on it, a whole different look and feel of it, because that's all it was. They were making this big deal about it, and it's something that we do take for granted, but it's not on as personal a level. Well,
it's two different games.
Having seen VR is a different game now.
That's one thing that I really wish Star Citizen would do. But it's two different games with two different end games and two different directions that they're going. It's almost you have to draw the comparison because there's not that many space games. But it's almost unfair to draw a comparison.
They're both space games. That's it.
It's unfair to draw a comparison, but there is going to be a very difficult decision for us to make on the Brocast as to how much of Star Citizen we will actually cover when it comes out.
Yeah.
Because
we'll have to see.
I mean, listen, I have not given Star Citizen the time of day up until now. I installed it once, I played it 5 minutes, and I turned it off, and I was like, screw this, I just don't want to do it. I don't want to be bothered with a game that's so far away from being released, but I'm following it, and I follow it regularly. Every few days I look and see what's changed, and they are making progress, and every time I see what they're doing, it's looking better and better and better, and I'm going, wow, it really does look amazing. And even if their universe is smaller, even if they don't have a galaxy that has the same size as Elite Dangerous, if they can make exploration fun, it's not going to matter how many stars
That's where
you
I
have.
see their advantage. They're not going to have true exploration in the sense of that there is literally still 99.99% undiscovered stuff out there.
But if you
But
can start
instead,
scanning
they're
the
gonna
sky
have,
and
they're gonna have a limited number of interesting stuff to explore in their universe. It's if you're a very intrepid explorer, you're probably gonna run out of new stuff to discover there at some point. But keep in mind, those planets they have in that game are tremendously huge. So even that is
Yeah.
going to take quite a while.
Yeah,
Because
it's
they do also have dynamically generated, like how do you say that?
procedurally generated.
Procedurally generated stuff in there. So there's going to be quite a bit to explore still.
Yeah, it's going to be much more engaging content. There's just not going to be as much of
Hopefully.
it.
Yeah, you see, Commander Darblessman's got a comment in chat there that I agree with entirely. That Yamik's latest video is exactly the experience I've had with Star Citizen every time. I watched that video. I was I was wetting myself, I have to say, watching that. His first reactions to running around the stations. It was. If anybody wants to see that kind of spin on Star Citizen, just watch Yamik's video. it'll tell you all you need to know right now.
And also, there was a comment from Commander the Edge earlier. He asked if we think they're gonna change the engine.
Nope.
I think I can say with some confidence that they're never gonna move away from the Cobra engine because they're just gonna adapt it to whatever it needs to do for them.
Well, it's like everything else that Frontier does. It's a modular engine. They can
Yep.
just add bits on. It's
Yep.
how they think.
Planet
if you want
Coaster
to understand
uses...
Frontier's mindset, think modular.
That's Planet Coaster uses Cobra engine. I imagine Jurassic World Evolution is going to use the Cobra engine. It would just be way too expensive and way too time intensive to switch engines at this point.
I mean,
they would have to
all
recreate the game.
developers are familiar with the Cobra engine now. There's literally no reason for them to switch over unless there's something that the Cobra engine absolutely will never be able to do or would need a complete overhaul. I guess then they would think about it maybe, but even still, I think they know their workarounds and stuff.
Yeah, they're if there comes something that they want to implement into the game that the Cobra engine simply cannot do, they just won't implement it.
Probably, yeah.
Stop engines.
Stop all thrusters.
All right.
Cool your engines, boy.
Cool your engines, gentlemen. Listen, I think there is a lot more to be discussed with this, but we are coming up to the close of the Brocast. So,
oh no!
I've got a really beautiful view for you guys here to end off the show. And I think
complete with the Bork's cube.
Yeah, and even with me,
I'm trying to get that off the screen.
Staring at the galaxy, going, awesome.
Yep.
Which is about right.
And speaking of that, I do want to say once again, Turgeon, your co-host as well as the community all really appreciate what you do, and
stop applauding me. I'm applauding you lot, for God's sake. Seriously, I mean, come on. Operation Stonestar is yours. It's yours entirely. You're the ones that deserve all the applause.
Yeah, and again, thanks to everyone who took part, to all the donators. It was absolutely amazing. You guys do rock.
And even those of you who didn't donate, couldn't donate, we know that everyone loves Turgeon. I've never heard anyone say anything negative about him ever. Everyone loves Turgeon. I know you guys are thinking about him, so thank you.
I'm gonna cry.
And with that said, Turgeon, how about you do the roll call today?
Nobody just salutes. Everyone gives Turgeon a round of applause. Everyone does clap emoji, clap emoji, clap emoji.
Turgeon, you need to read off all the clap emojis, okay?
Oh right, okay.
Not the clap emojis.
And you've got 30 seconds, so hurry up. 1, 2, 3, go.
But they're not doing it. I'll just read the salutes. Right, let's see. There's Josh Maxwell, Cookie Rebel, Donut, General Ghost, Rav J, Sinclair Research, Top Blazers.
While you're doing that,
Top Blazer 85 is John Gunsel, Ian Sharma Cook, Balrog UK, Commander the Edge, Charles McManamy, Spooky Lots, The Cookie Rebel, again, Academic Dust, Christopher T, Theo Bauer, Rodney Peters, Sam Hull, Josh Maxwell, Luigi Kofi, James Oliver, Commander Leon, Commander Machine, Commander Rod Wader, User John, Mark Wheeler, Commander Red Hot, Charles McManamy, Commander Backlap, yes. Oh, look at this. There's loads now.
Keep going.
Commander Donut, Machine's got a biceps going there. Good, nice. Commander Leon, Dante UK, Donut, Burns, Jacob, this is brilliant what you can never pronounce. Jamie Valks, Commander Rick Witt, Commander Rod Wader, Beowulf Foot, Andrew O'Connor, Joe W, that's Shibuka Bloke, Balrog, Greatest. Turpin Presser, great name. John Gertzel, I've done him already. Josh Maxwell again. Chris Chandler, William Berkeley, Commander Red Hot. Hey, keep going now.
And that's a wrap. So I think we really got a caller right there. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you all next week at the same time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. For now, this is Commander Josh Hawkins signing off, and thanks from all of us here at the Brocast. See you next week.
Thank you.
America, yeah, coming around to say the mother, yeah.